Okay, welcome to me once again having a pointless debate over the internet. And if you're not a fan of topics concerning religion, click away. Basically, this is the premise of the whole situation. I was watching a video made by Genetically Modified Skeptic, who has pretty good videos, and on the end of one of his videos, he asked people to leave a comment in his comment section if they think that Islam should be somehow defeated or completely debunked or reformed. Now that's something I'm not gonna walk into because you cannot defeat a religion. You simply cannot. But I said the following. Well, the Baghdad Caliphate was an Islamic state, but it was also a center of the world's knowledge during the Middle Ages. Medieval Ages, I mean. If that is the philosophy Islam would revert to instead of kill the infidel, that would be a big step in the right direction. I'm not saying that would be that would be the solution of all problem. I'm saying that would be a step in the right direction. And then this guy walks in. Note there's gonna be some duplicate images because I kinda messed up while taking screenshots. But anyways, this is what he says. They were obsessed with astrology, which led them to import and translate math, astronomy text, and led to a small-scale renaissance. It had nothing to do with Islamic doctrine. People wonder why Islamic science died out. It was become the people of like this guy. Yeah, so it's fundamentally incompatible with science. And I draw a conclusion. Small scale renaissance, big renaissance. So Islam right now, at least to my opinion, is much like Middle Age Christianity, burning the heretics and that kind of stuff. So a renaissance-like event would be a good starting point. And importing and translating knowledge is far better than demolishing ancient monuments like we saw during these wars in Middle East with the city of Petra or everything that has been happening in Iraq. Whoa. And as I said here, eating meat on Friday was basically heresy at one point for the Christians. And here he says that Islam had a reformation. The result was Wahhabism ideology of ISIS. The Christian Reformation was a return to key Christian values such as love for our fellow men, blah blah blah. An Islamic Reformation returns you to violence, arrogance. Basic. That's what Quran teaches. Yeah, that's that message. And here I said that the first Christian Reformation was the Nicaean Council, the one Emperor Constantine held, the emperor who permitted Christianity actually, which led to the big fundamentalization of Christian religion. So it took it to a very conservative place. And it banned sects like Egyptian Gnostics who actually questioned the physical resurrection of Jesus. They were still Christian, they still followed the Christian ideology of love and everything, but they questioned the resurrection. And they were thus pronounced heretics and were actively persecuted, even after Christianity was allowed. And the same happened to the Bosnian Gnostics later on in the medieval ages, which were they were also not persecuted because Bosnia was a kingdom, but they actually had crusades going against them. They had the Venetians trying to get them. The Pope hated them because they, the Bogomil priests, were from the people. They were something like the Franciscans when they first arose, like the beggar order pretty much. And that's why Ottomans actually took Bosnia with little to no resistance, because yes, Christians were second-class citizens, but they were not being attacked or forced to denounce their religion. They were in an unfavorable position, but they were not actively forced to denounce their religion. And I actually put a bit more to it, because here I forgot to expand the comment. So we have that, we have the Spanish Inquisition that happened later on, and the Ku Klux Klan was originally the organization of white Protestants. And yeah, we all know what Ku Klux Klan is. And here he said, if 4 examples of Christian extremism are all you can point to, the Islam wins the extremist race by several light years. Basically that. I don't know who he was talking here. I don't seriously know, because the guy probably deleted his comments, which I cannot blame him. I just showed, and yeah, he said he is willing to provide verses from Quran, I believe. Yeah, to prove how backwards Islam is, I believe. Anyways, here I said I took 4 examples of Christianity going extreme because it has the same potential for hate as any other religion. And here I linked the Violent Bible Rap by Dan Bull and Boy in a Band, because it was completely made out of Bible verses. And here he says, Islam has not produced any scientists since 13th century. That's pretty good indication that it's incompatible with science. Well, Christianity burned Nicolaus Copernic because he claimed the Earth revolves around the sun, and threatened to do the same to Galileo Galilei. That means Christianity is completely incompatible with science. Should we ban Christianity? And here he says that Christianity successfully created a wealth, which in turn successfully created a fertile soil in which science could flourish. It was Christian clerks such as Bacon who initiated science in the West. Probably because the Western economy was buoyant enough to support the leisure time, blah blah blah. Meanwhile, Islamic world became ever more deeply oppressive and closed to new ideas. How did Christianity get the wealth? Insert, I don't know, like 12 failed crusades, insert constant war and pillaging, insert colonialism, all that shit. And yes, become ever more oppressive and close to new ideas. What happened to Muslims in Spain, for example? And here he said, if you discount astronomers which just count stars, they had 8 scientists in 700 years, which is not something to write home about. The bulk of science was not created by Muslim, but was effectively looted. Looted? It was bought, it was traded from other cultures. For example, so-called Arabic numbers are from India. And he, by the way, okay, estimates, he is a qualified multidisciplinary scientist. Well, he's very open-minded for a scientist. Yeah, the West made, I believe this is in another one. Yeah, here. Yeah, the West made more mathematical discoveries in 17th century than Muslims did in the entire, let's say, their existence. But why? Yes, they collected science from other cultures, from more advanced civilizations, let's say. They took Indian numerals, they took a lot of Greek foundings. Can you imagine the Islamic Caliphate taking anything from a Buddhist culture? No, you cannot, because the Buddhists are infidels. So why the hell are you so against? The first step being the extreme Islam, like the one the Wahhabis preach, the Islamic State philosophy, being replaced with something like the Baghdad Caliphate preached. So, collecting knowledge. They didn't make knowledge, well, at least not a lot of it, but they collected it, they used it. They didn't say this is something infidels made. And that's my next point. And here I asked option A, kill the infidel. Option B, that decade system you have looks like a good idea. Which one would you pick? Seriously, which one would you pick? I didn't get an answer on this question anymore, so yeah, I don't know, but... And here he pulls the card that anybody has potential of hate, but Christianity was made by a guy who preached love and fairness to all men, blah blah blah, and this is who made Islam. I'm not talking about the founder, I'm talking about the philosophy as a whole. One man does not equal a philosophy. He may establish it, but a philosophy changes, it evolves, it is interpreted in different ways. So why, oh why, not bring it to a point where it accepts different ideas instead of where it's just kill the infidel? Because if you really want to make a change, you need to get those 1 point something billion Muslims to accept new ideas, and if they go back to, let's say, that small Renaissance era he said the Baghdad or the Abbasid Caliphate was, that would be much easier, much faster than to just outright oppose it. Because if you come to somebody and say what you're doing is wrong, you are going to incite resistance. Maybe a pointless resistance, but resistance. If you go to him and say, why not try this? Why not? If you encounter someone who is somewhat intelligent, he'll start to ask himself, why not? So yeah, please, I'm still waiting for the answer. Whoever you are, I doubt he's gonna see this, but option A or option B.